Okay, Juliet, here picking it up on November 30th. Hi, Lyle. This is from your mother. Hi, Lyle. I know you're mad at me about the Christmas break, but what's up with Juliet seeing you? She was waiting outside for you on Friday. She always goes out there early, but you must have put some fear into her. So that she wasn't outside, she'd be in trouble. That was my guess. What about tomorrow? And, you see, I tell Juliet, your job is to wait for me at 4 p.m. So when I pick you up. And I'll give you a 15-minute window, and she wasn't there. It was just a rule that father and daughter make together. Wasn't matter. I just want her to follow the rules. And neither of us knew at this point how bad you were with your anxiety. Okay? I'm just trying to play good father. Good father, don't pay attention to the rules. Then I'm going to not have you come over that day or whatever. I'm just trying to get you under the habit of having good manners and listening to your mother and father and following the rules that they set for you. I write back to the Gmail. She wasn't there. I waited and left. I have too much stress and too much work to do, and she just sits and plays on the computer and sleeps till 2 p.m. When I need to do this big job, I have a list of things I find wrong with her, but it's useless talking with you about them because you always come up with her defense. She knows. Let her think about it. Yes, I'll pick her up on Tuesday. Okay, so right there, I'm making a list, trying to figure out what is so something's wrong. I know there's something wrong with Juliet. I'm making a list of things. I'm working on this, researching it. Back to the Gmail. I'm still talking. I know you. I've known you a long time. You put everything on your calendar and date book. There isn't a page not filled with a birthday notice or anything. I told you about this trip to Providence several times. It means a lot to me, but probably not to Juliet. In fact, nothing I do seems to mean much to her, or else she doesn't really get too excited about it. This is what you wanted. You took me away from being her father, if I am her father, and you knew about the second, but chose to ignore it. She can sit home and play on her computer games, and she can stay at home and sleep until 2 p.m., but I need to survive, and I will not be a puppet on a string by you or her or anyone else. Maybe in the future when she grows up, has manners, hygiene, awareness about her schedule, a sense of social ability, manners, helpfulness, awareness of helping others, doing work, or even the ability of having a conversation or responding to me. At this point, she's going to have to live with you the rest of her life because she has no chance of surviving by herself if she stays this way. I have tried, but I can't be this 10-hour-a-week father. I need to raise her, not leave her home alone most of the time, like you do, whether you're at work or sleeping. You got what you wanted. Good luck. So, I'm angry. Yep. But I'm talking to your mother. I'm not talking to you, Juliet. I'm talking to your mother. Okay, several days later, on the 3rd. I was very stressed out by the pain in my knee. I know, you know me, I just lose it. The pressure was getting too great. I had to buy a battery for my car, install it in the dark in the rain last night. It cost me $160. I'm already broke. It just drives me crazy that Juliet won't talk. And then Walgreens said they wouldn't fill my prescription because I was new, some lady I never saw before. So I flipped out. I had driven to Yonkers Walgreens, and I have 2 huge projects now. I just reached my breaking point. I get some pain meds and some anti-inflammatory meds and slept for 22 hours. I have not been able to sleep because of the pain and even tried to sleep sitting up. Lack of sleep, money pressure, the work. I was going nuts. Now I feel better. I'll call Juliet later. So yeah, there are other things going on off the emails now. There are other things going on in people's lives that cause them to behave irritably. They take it out on other people, which they shouldn't do. And I just sort of blew up because I was having a bad time, okay? And I said this to your mother, I didn't say it to you, and here I come back and I say, I'm apologizing, okay? Something your mother seems to have no concept of. But I've never heard your mother apologize once to me in her life. Not, sincerely at least. Your mother writes, you can call her as you wish, but don't plan on having her over this week or weekend. I feel she needs a break. And I need her because of my gallbladder surgery coming up. Your last email was mean and cruel. Well, apologize for that. People should accept apologies. I write back, yeah, but there's a lot of truth in it. Seems you and your lawyer were pretty cruel to me in court. Can't think of anything crueler than denying a father a chance to see his daughter on her 12th birthday. I can't see anything crueler than calling the cops on your own husband. What I said in that email was the truth. I must have put some fear in her if she wasn't outside. Fuck you. This is bullshit. You feed her. Don't talk to me about being cruel. This is the bullshit you feed her, I should say. Don't talk to me about being cruel. You've had her for 15 years, and you took her away from me. Fuck you. I am livid at people that do not accept apologies. All right, 12/3. Since Juliette isn't coming over this weekend, I want to make up the time by having her stay over until Sunday the next 2 weekends. Off the email. Your mother never made up the time to me when she took it away from me. So if I had you 2 days a week and she wanted you one of those days or both those days, I never got those 2 days back. Ever. Back to the email. I'm writing. I have her on the weekends, and if I don't, then I want that time made up. I am so nice to you by switching holidays, and then you screw me out of the trip to Providence. If you don't believe me, I can show you the emails where I tell you about it, and I know you write everything down. What's worse than doing it on purpose is totally ignoring my plans with my daughter. I tried to apologize, and then your last email was venomous. No good deed goes unpunished. So see that this happens. So I'm demanding to see you twice on Sundays. I write back on the 6th. I talked with Juliette, apologized to her, and we agreed to resume the normal visiting schedule on Tuesday. You write back, okay, glad it worked out, Lyle. Please realize I won't be able to pick her up because I just had gallbladder out, so can you bring her home? I write back, okay, no problem. Now you see, we had a little fight. And we had lots of little fights. But they weren't in front of you. Sometimes I was wrong. Sometimes your mother was wrong. Sometimes it was somewhere in the middle. But these emails are being made open to you for the first time ever. And then on the 9th, I get into the social anxiety disorder, where I go, bingo, I think I found it. I don't know if you have much time to read what I gave you, but being laid up, I'd expect you did. You must watch this YouTube. YouTube was on social anxiety disorder. It is amazing that one of the main symptoms of SAD is selective mutism. That totally explains Juliette's lack of conversation with me, how teachers perceive her as being a good student, never causes trouble, but never talks or raises her hand. Every time I read or watch something about SAD, it absolutely convinces me that this is what Juliette has, and has probably had for 2 years or so now. Onset at age 13 is typical. Just one thing after another I see in Juliette, and she is quietly suffering all this time. With meds or cognitive therapy can help her so much. They say that meds can change a person almost immediately. I hope you agree so we can look into this together. I'll drop the swords as of late. I mean, forget, let's stop fighting over the stupid vacations and stuff. You know, I'm off the email now. That's what I meant by drop of the swords. Let's forget about that. Let's concentrate on Juliet's health and welfare and this disorder she might be suffering from. Back to the email. I have also educated myself on how to treat her, and I might continue to research, but the sooner we get her the help, the better. She doesn't have to stay on the meds forever, so please let's follow up. Got it. We'll digest it. You write back. Got it. We'll digest it and discuss it soon. And I write back. Thanks. So there on the December 9th, after a short fight I had with your mother over the vacations and stuff, and the typical banter we had back and forth over this and that, and I have stumbled upon this thing called social anxiety disorder that can explain your behavior, okay? And this is now December 9th, so that leaves 22 days left in December, 31, 53, so that leaves 60 days. This is 60 days now before your mother takes me to court. All right. And on December 10th, I write, if Juliet doesn't do anything around 5 p.m., maybe she can help me take some CDs up to Katona. No response from you. On December 16th, hi Lyle, just looking ahead on my calendar, I can't pick up Juliet on Tuesday the 22nd. Would you be okay to drive her home? Here we go, asking me another favor. I'll make it up another day when I can drive her to your place. Thanks. I go, okay, please remind me. And she says, can you still drive us to the airport on Christmas morning? The flight's at 8 a.m. If we get there an hour early, that should be able to leave in time, right? If that's too hard for you, I believe you're a night owl sometimes. Please let me know. And now, you know, she's being very friendly to me because your mother wants a ride to the airport. I'll be back around, and I write back, sure, I'll be around back, same place, 6 a.m., because I've driven you guys to the airport many times before. I said, just please let me use your Easy Pass. Your mother writes back, okay, sure thing. I'll make myself a note to grab the Easy Pass. Around back, in like back of our complex, you could just wait out in the loading zone by my mailbox. Sounds good? I write back, okay, sounds better. You know, I'm doing this because no matter what, if I get mad at things or we fight, it's just the right thing to do. And I always believed that if we could help each other more than fight, it would make both our lives easier. I'm going through a terrible time with my pain in my left knee. Does the school have a psychologist? They actually do. And my cousin Nancy, who's a psychologist, told me to ask if they did. Nancy said that they could evaluate her. All right. So I'm going to pick this up on another video sometime later. But we're going to start again on December 17th.